everyone, my name is Amber. I'm a beekeeper in Northern California. I run a hive hosting program, and today we're going to be checking in on some of my hives. I'm in Sebastopol. It's a gorgeous day, just the day after a little bit of rain. So we're going to check in and see what we can do with these bees. Okay, so my goal here is to increase the amount of space in my hives. As you can see here, there's lots of brood. You can see lots of larvae in that frame, and so I know that with lots of brood, the bees are going to need extra space. And so right now I'm just assessing what the brood looks like, how much brood I have, and then I'm going to add extra space. So really I'm looking, I can see at the bottom of that frame there's excess comb. I just kind of get rid of it. You don't have to, it just makes things easier for you as you're going through the bees. It becomes less disruptive in the end, especially once they build that together. So again, I pull this out and I notice at the top of your screen, the bottom of my frame, I'm holding the frame upside down currently, you can see drone comb. Those are the male bees. Early in the season, I like to get rid of them, and I'll explain at the end of the video why I do that. So you can see me scrape away the excess comb on the bottom of the frame. And same here, I got a little bit of drone comb at the top of the screen, the bottom of the frame, and I also have swarm cells starting to appear. And so I don't want this hive to swarm, so I discourage those swarm cells. I essentially get rid of them. You can see I squish them. There was no queen laying in there. They were just the beginning. There wasn't even an egg in there. And same here, I'm looking through, I can see excess burr comb at the top, a little bit of drone comb, and I want to get rid of that. But everything else on that frame, at the top of that is honey, everything else is brood. So those are all going to be baby bees emerging from that soon. So I know I got to get extra space in here, otherwise it's going to be a cramped situation for them. And you'll see I'm going to go in and add that extra top super to the hive right now. Okay, and so just like the first hive we saw, my goal here is to also add some more space. You can see here there's lots of brood on this frame, so what you were staring at is a full frame of brood, and those are young baby bees. And so that is what you just looked at, and so I'm kind of doing the same thing as I do in every hive. I'm going through, I'm checking to make sure that the brood, looks good, that there is brood, that it looks good, nothing suspicious, and just kind of checking for overall health. You can see I'm getting rid of all that excess comb. So at the bottom, the bees love to build little excess comb. I like to get rid of it. Again, you don't have to, but it makes things a little bit easier for you because the bees will end up just building that up, and it becomes a hot mess later. So I kind of just get rid of it all, and I'm adding the brood to my new space here. So I usually take a couple frames of brood from the bottom and add it to the top frame along with, other frames as well. So that's what you just saw. And here, this is a good example of why you should remove excess comb. As you can see, a piece of comb is stuck at the bottom. I tried to remove it with just my hand, and then I realized, I'm gonna need my tool. So I just, get in there with my tool. You no need to be scared. The bees are really docile, especially with a little bit of smoke. They're not gonna do anything. I go and just kind of grab that out, and it just makes things easier for me when I go through the hive. I don't have to fight with a bunch of comb. And as you can see, I'm looking through the rest of the hive. Not too much food, so I know that I'm gonna need to end up feeding these bees pretty soon. Well, a bloom's coming in shortly, but I do like to give them a little bit of sugar water to start the spring. And so I'm kind of just looking through that, and what I will do is end up adding that new super on top and providing them more space. So the next time I come, they'll have more space. They won't be as inclined to swarm yet, and that will increase the overall population, which allows you to get, better honey production if that is your goal for bees. Obviously the more population you have once honey flow comes around, the more likely you're going to produce a good amount of honey. So that's what I'm doing here, is just making sure they have plenty of space, adding in the extra frames that I brought from my apiary, and just making sure they're all good to go. So here's why I like to get rid of the drone comb. Sometimes, not always, but as you can see, I'm opening up the cells and I can see Varroa mites on the larvae of my drones. There's a reason for this, and I'll explain more of this in later videos, but I don't like seeing the Varroa mite. This one isn't too bad, but we need to do something about these soon. Thank you for tagging along as I checked in on my hives. I really wanted to create this channel to document what it's like to be a beekeeper, especially here in Northern California. So what it's like to go through the seasons of beekeeping, spring, summer, fall, and winter. Beekeeping is really fun, but it can also be really challenging. So if you're interested in this type of content, I'd really appreciate it if you'd like the video, give me a subscribe. It's free to do so. You don't have to pay anything to subscribe. Just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Take care, stay safe, be well.